video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey y'all, it's the Cute Coffee Gal, and I am so excited to be playing Discover University for all of you today in my Decades Challenge. A huge special thanks goes out to EA Game Changers for providing me with early access for this game. I'm just like really excited because University has always been one of my favorite packs for The Sims, and so I'm so excited that it's finally here. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have been on a bit of a hiatus lately because work has just been crazy, and that's just part of life as a grown-up, is sometimes work gets crazy and your hobbies have to go by the wayside. But I am back to play this with you today, and the best way for you to find out when I'm uploading is to subscribe to my channel, and also make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up so that I know just how excited you are for University as well. And don't forget, I know it's been a while, but I am still working on getting to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed and would like to, I would love that. If you are already subscribed, I would love it if you would share my videos on Twitter or whatever social media platforms you are excited about. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for both Strangerville and for Island Living. So one winner will get both of those packs, which is super exciting. I can't wait to share that with all of you. And here, let's hop on into the game. It actually looks like Miss Betty has just gone to bed, which is kind of not the most exciting thing. But there are so many updates. So here, while she is snoozing away, let me start to update you about how things are going to change with the Decades Challenge when it comes to University. There are more changes than I was expecting, to be perfectly honest. So the Decades Challenge rules have been updated. That is the first thing I did when the embargo lifted. I wanted to make sure that those rules were updated, especially because they're pretty complicated. So not to scare you away if you are playing the Decades Challenge, but one of the things that is the most complicated about the Decades Challenge in general is how time works. And time has to change in order for University to make sense. So I'm going to show some things up on the screen so that you see the rules that have changed. I'm not going to read everything in depth, but I just kind of want to go through things kind of point by point. And they're always linked in the description down below. You can always get to the Decades Challenge rules. So like I said, time has changed a bit. And so what does that mean exactly? Up until this point, as we've been playing the Decades Challenge, when you have had had sim days, those equaled about 6 months of sim time. So if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that down by the clock, I always add the time when I'm doing my video editing. So it'll say something like early 1955, late 1955, early 1956, and that's how the days kind of progress. So each sim day has equaled 6 months of people time. But we can't continue with that if we are going to be playing with University, because the terms, like a semester or a year or whatever, each school term is 7 sim days long. So if we kept counting each sim day as though it was 6 months long, then it would take a sim, like the minimum amount of time it would take to complete your college degree would be 11 years, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So time has to slow down significantly in order for University to make sense. And when you start messing with time, a whole bunch of things wind up changing on the Decades Challenge. I have tried to think through it really carefully, so it's all in the rules document if you are playing along. But basically, what we will be doing now, getting all tongue-tied, is that we will make each sim day will now stand for 2 months in real time instead of 6 months in real time. So basically that means that the amount of time it takes you to play the Decades Challenge is tripled. So your game just got a whole bunch of a lot longer. And the way that works now, the different ages kind of have different lengths. Each age is obviously going to be longer. So that's all broken down in the rules so that you have access to that. Because it got that much more complicated, if you are playing along, I'm going to highly recommend that you download MC Command Center and set up the custom age duration for each age. That is by far the easiest way to keep track of it because it did get so much more complicated. So I'm going to show you on the screen real quick. I have already made that change in my game. So when you look at Betty, it says, oh gosh, it reset it. Okay, I'm going to have to exit out of the game. That's really annoying. I will exit back out. She's supposed to have like 64 days left or something like that. So I'll have to go back in and change that. I'll finish the rules and then I'll restart my game. Actually, I'm going to pause because I don't want to lose any more time. So, okay, so that's one piece of it. I know the MC Command Center's had like 3 updates today because of the game changing over. So my settings just must not have saved with the last hotfix. Which again, another challenge with this change is that if you do need to use MC Command Center to keep track of it, you have to keep up with all these updates. So like you got to kind of pick your battles here. Also, just kind of a statement to make, I guess, if you are going to change your aging so that it goes along with these new age ranges, and if you have seasons, so if you have both university and seasons, and you're going to do 2 months per day, then that means that the days need to be tracked in a way that makes sense. So it can't just be like early 1955 and late 1955 because that's only 2 things for the year. So we're going to kind of track the days by seasons too, but they're not going to equal seasons like winter and fall, like weather and seasons. I know this sounds really complicated. It'll make sense as you see me playing it. But basically, down below on the clock, the way that I'm going to be tracking time from this point forward is to say early spring 1950, late spring 1950, early summer 1950, late summer 1950. And that's how we'll track time down below from when I'm editing it, so that you'll know where we are in the game. But it's entirely possible that according to chronological order, it is summer 1950, and according to the Sims seasons calendar, it's like snowing outside. So you just kind of have to embrace the fact that the weather and the seasons and the holidays are not going to sync up with what that time says on the bottom. You have to pick what battle you're going to fight. I decided it made more sense to go along with university timing than to worry about the seasons. It's entirely possible that this all sounds entirely too much complicated for you. You have no desire to complicate your game this much if you're playing. I've left the original time rules in the rules. So if you don't have university and you don't have to worry about all of this, you still have a guideline to go by. But if you do have university and you say, that is way too complicated, I'm just going to take 11 years to finish a degree, you still have the breakdown so that you know how to do that as well. So I've left it all in there. Hopefully it makes sense. Leave comments down below if you've got questions or if you're confused or you need a clarification. I am happy to pop back into the rules and kind of add some clarifications if that doesn't make sense. It made sense to me, but it also came out of my head, and it's possible that I did not say it very clearly. So, like I said, let me know in the rules down below, or in the comments down below, what your thoughts are on that timing rule. So again, once you start messing with time, it changes other rules as well. So the other really big thing that has to change along with that is that now the way that we do war kind of changes a little bit. Because the way that we had it set up before is basically until you became an adult, you couldn't get a job or something like that. But if time is 3 times as long, that does not sound realistic at all. And the other piece to that is that people did go to war, come back, and go to college. Like, you did do that. So we have to account for education for people who are veterans. And so the way that we have done that is to actually look at, it's all broken down in the rules, but to look at how long did people serve when they were drafted. And the typical answer was about a year. That was what was required. Some people, of course, did much longer, but that was the requirement. And so from this point on, people who are called to war will be required to either not have a career or to have the military career if you've got Strangerville. And they will do that for a minimum of 8 sim days because that's now a year. And once that's done, they can then go to college or get a job or whatever it is that they want to do. So young adults are kind of a bit freer now from that restriction because of the way the time has changed. So hopefully that makes sense too. A few other quick and dirty little things that also have changed. There's a new feature now that you can lock a computer's security the way that you can lock a door, which, oh my gosh, that's amazing and fantastic. I'm so excited for that feature. So basically you just click on a computer and you say that the only person that can use that computer is your sim. Or you could even say that nobody can use that computer. So for all of our earlier decades where computers aren't around, it's going to be so much easier to keep those computers locked down so people don't use them inappropriately. And you can still use them for your job if you need to. So that's a feature. We also have a few new careers. So there are 3 different career branches that are a part of this pack. You've got the education, engineering, and law career paths. For the most part, those are actually things that are fairly open for the majority of time. I've got it again all broken down in the rules, but for the most part, men and women can be educators. Men and women can be lawyers. Engineering, mechanical engineering is available for men early on. Then it opens up to women. And then, of course, later we then get the computer engineering side of things. Also, the majority of the majors that you can have at university are available to everyone. So that's great. You can now have, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. You can have all of the majors except for 3 from the very beginning of the game. Like from the 1890s, you can start off, men and women can attend university, and they can major in anything except culinary arts, computer science, and psychology. And a couple of those come in the 1940s, and then computer science comes in the 60s, and that's all in the rules as well. Student loans cannot be used for a long time. So earlier Sims, if you can't afford to go to college, you can't afford to go to college. Scholarships are still available. So if you get scholarships, you can go. But if the only way you're going to be able to go to college is with a student loan, then you have to turn it down. And that's realistic. It's something that even happened in my family. My grandfather, in the late 20s, was given a full ride to go to university. And the only reason that he had to turn it down is because he could not afford the $100 for housing, which is insane to me. Like, it cost $100 for him to be able to have that housing, but back in the 20s, they didn't have it. And so he did not go to college because he had a full ride, but couldn't afford the housing. So if you can't afford it without a loan, you're not allowed to attend until those loans are introduced much later. So that's a thing. And then, of course, there's things like no robotics, and like juice pong doesn't exist for a long time. So I've got all of that in the rules as well so that you know what you can have and when. I've outlined kind of how the war stuff works, so that way you won't get that confused. Soccer is now available in university, but it didn't really come to the U.S. until the 1910s, and so that's not available at first. Just a few of those little things. We also have bicycles now, which I'm excited to play with those. We've got bicycles in university. Those are allowed from the very beginning. In the 1940s, after World War II, the GI Bill was introduced. So now anybody that's a veteran that goes to university, you can use the money cheat to make that university cost in half. They get half of their tuition paid for, which is just kind of an arbitrary number that I picked. That's not exactly how the GI Bill works, but that's what I picked for the game. Let's see. I think that might be most of our big changes. Really, the timing thing is the biggest piece of it, which I was actually not at all expecting to be an issue. When you say, oh yes, we can go to school now, the first thing I didn't think of is this messes up my timeline. But that's exactly what it did. So that's pretty much all of our rule changes. Of course, there's some outfits that are not quite decade appropriate. Just use your best judgment when it comes to the clothing and hairstyles and piercings and things like that. But yeah, that's way too much talking. Let me hop on into the game and get the time worked out, and let's start playing with Betty. Okay, so I've got it all figured out. Basically, I just needed to reinstall MC Command Center, and all of my settings were exactly the way they were supposed to be. So something just must have not gotten unzipped or something. I don't know. It's better now. So as you can see, Betty's age is 67 days until she ages up. So we have quite a bit of time before we need to have her age up into an adult, which gives us plenty of time for her to go to college when she is done with her military service. So I have done a little bit of backtracking within my game save to be able to kind of have an understanding of where she is at as far as her age in this new kind of scenario. And so, what are we being noisy about? Push-ups? Oh, well, sorry. You can just go away, neighbor. So in our old timing, Betty aged up to a young adult and was drafted for the Korean War on the same day. And so that was late 1955. And then I went back and I looked at, okay, so in the new timing, what would that date have been? And so basically that day would have been early fall 1955 in our new timing. And so if you calculate out her 8 days of service, it means that she's allowed to start college in early fall of 56, which, as far as our game is concerned, is on Monday. So we've got to play through the weekend, and I am going to, let's see, do we want to have her go to work or work from home or take paid time off? Let's have her go to work. She has to finish serving in the military for at least, that full 8 days. So on Monday, she's allowed to go to college, which means that this weekend, I'm going to have her go ahead and start applying for scholarships and for college and see what happens. I have no idea what she's going to want to major in. Where is she? Where did she go? Oh, she's right there. So we will definitely be doing that, figuring out which college she might go to, and if she gets any scholarships or anything like that. Because of the way that this now works with it being so much longer than it used to be, I may from time to time play some off camera, just because I think it'll just get really boring and take us a million years if I play everything on camera now that we're going 3 times as long as we were going. So just letting y'all know that I actually might even play a lot of this weekend off camera. So I'm going to go ahead, fast forward, let her go to work and all of that. And when she gets home, I'll be sure to show you guys all of the fun university things. But she's going off to work right now. So let's just let her have her time. And so Betty is now back from work. It looks like she's gotten a little bit of a promotion. So that is awesome. One thing I forgot to mention earlier that I did want to make sure I pointed out, if you look down here, it'll look like Betty is the only person in this household now, that her roommates aren't with her anymore. But if you look in her contacts, you'll see that she does still have Judith and Sandra as her roommates. And so the way that I have done that is using the new roommate feature, which is super exciting. I am really, I didn't know I wanted that, but I wanted that. It's really cool to have that as an option, because I wanted her to have these roommates, but I didn't want to spend a lot of time like getting really invested in their careers and their love lives and all of that kind of stuff. So she has them now as roommates. You can see that it says for better or worse, roommates live together. And that is the case for both of them. And basically the way that I did that is I had each of them move out of this household, and I had them, I don't know if you have to do it this way. This is just the way that I did do it. I had both of them as their own individual households in not placed in a world. So they were marked as unplayable and they were not in any world. And then I invited each of them to come over, and then I had a new option. Let's see, I don't know that any of them are here. Are either of them here right now? No, I don't think, no, we're home alone at the moment. And it's really dark for some reason. Oh wait, hold on, here we go. Judith is here. Okay, so I'll show you exactly what I did. When they came over, and you click on them, and you go to your more choices, and you get all of these things. One of the options was roommates, and I was able to click on that and make it so that I asked her to move in and be my roommate. So that was pretty easy. It's also funny. I'm surprised it's actually not showing up right this second. It must just be that we've got too many other things going on. But sometimes they do like random things, like she started playing the violin one night and Sandra decided to throw a party one night, and you can like click on the roommate menu and say stop it. So I thought that was kind of cute. But let's go ahead. I'm actually going to have her come in here. Let's see, Betty, come on in here. That pumpkin is probably going to start smelling soon. And let me pull out of the household inventory. I've got a typewriter, which is a computer, but it's CC, so that it doesn't look like a computer. All right, so let's go ahead and have her come on in here, and we're going to see, here's our computer security settings so that we can lock it so that the only person who can use it is us, which I have done. And then we're going to click on this lovely new university menu, and you get a few different options. You can apply to universities. You can check out your scholarships, so you can review the packet information, send in the applications, and you can also email your former guidance counselor, and I actually might do that first. We'll pretend like instead of email, it is go in and have a discussion with, or even make a phone call at this point. And you can also research universities and look up information about each of the universities. And here, I'll go ahead and click on one of those so you can see what that looks like. And it kind of describes basically the differences between the two universities. They're pretty similar, but they do have some kind of academic specialties, as a lot of universities do. The degrees might be a little bit different depending on what you're interested in. So I will show you that on this menu that shows up. Who is she thinking about? A family member. Oh, her sister. So this is the University of Britechester, and you see that it's like a little bit of description about what the university is. They have like a lot of history and tradition, and then there are some student groups, and each of them has some student groups. There's the Spirit Corps, the Art Society, and the Debate Guild, and there's kind of a spirit thing that goes on at the other school as well, and then they also have esports and soccer, I believe, is what's all over there. And then you have your degrees. I wondered if the different degrees would be at different schools, and they kind of are. All of the degrees are available at both schools, but if you'll notice, at Britechester, these are regular degrees, and these are distinguished degrees, but you can't get an art history degree that is not distinguished from Britechester. These are regular, these are distinguished, there's not both at this school. When you go to the other school, it's flip-flopped. So their distinguished degrees are all of these science and math and whatnot. And then the ones that are regular degrees are the arts and whatnot. So that's kind of the difference. You can study anything at either school, but the distinguished degrees are only available at certain ones. And when you apply, it tells you if you're allowed to do a distinguished degree in a subject matter. So you'll be able to tell, oh, I definitely want to pick this school because I want that degree. Let's go ahead. No, don't go eat those cookies. Come back over here. We're going to have her. So we've researched the one university, and I just kind of told you about Foxbury, so you understand that one. Let's go ahead and on scholarships, have her email her guidance counselor. Her friend Willie wants to go to the Spice Festival. Well, actually, we're researching universities right now, so we'll have to do that another time. But she's going to look up her guidance counselor now and see if there is any tips or anything like that they can provide to her as far as how she might be able to get some scholarships. I haven't tried this yet, but I think that it might tell her to like increase her skills. Let's see. She has the best chance of earning these scholarships. Workplace scholarships who have shown success in a career can apply for the Career Force Scholarship, not available for adult or elder. So she could get $300 for her military service. Super Scouts, if you've shown success in scouting, you can apply for that one. And then Education for All. Sims with really low household funds will be eligible to apply for this scholarship, which she does have a really low household right now because it's just her by herself. So those are scholarships that we can apply for. Let's go ahead and have her come and do that because I want to do the scholarships thing. Let's see, review scholarship info packet. Let's go ahead and do that too. Why not? But I'm going to have her apply for both scholarships and university at the same time. I was testing this out just a little bit in a test game save. So like I didn't open all the options, but I did apply just to see how long it would take. And it seems like it takes about 48 hours to get all that information back. So I'm having her apply right now. Go away, Mom. On a Friday night so that we hopefully will be able to go start school on Monday. But we'll just have to kind of see what the timing works out to be there. Okay, knowing the scholarships. So this lists all the available scholarships. Distinguished scholarships are the ones who get to go to those distinguished degree programs like we talked about. And they could potentially lead to more scholarship money. Need-based scholarships, which that's the Education for All one that we are potentially qualified for, career scholarships, and it said we could do one of those. Skills scholarships, which none of her skills were high enough, so she didn't get offered any of those, or she doesn't have a good chance for any of those. Let me say it that way. We haven't applied yet. Sports and esports scholarships, she doesn't have any of those. And resident grant, and that's for, depending on where you live, you might be able to get a grant. So, like, I think I saw that, like, Newcrest might be one of those. I don't know. So anyway, those are our potential options. So let's go ahead. I'm going to have her submit her applications for both universities. That's $75 there. And then we'll also have her submit her application for scholarships. And we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. What does her work schedule look like right now? Work in 3 days. So she's actually, like, done with work for the most part because she's not going to work this weekend. And then we're going to go to school. So her military service has been pretty darn easy for her, which is kind of nice. I might then have her work on some skill building. University application is on its way. The university will look over the application. Oh, goodness. And apply. She can check back in a few days. Okay. Oh, she could get her results in the mail or check it on the computer. Okay, that's good to know. So what scholarships is she applying for? Well, not soccer, food and drink, skilled at various culinary. No. Great outdoors? Maybe, because she does like being outdoors quite a bit. Super Scout, we know that's one that we were told we should apply for. And the workplace and the education for all. Oh, and there is a San Myshudo one. All right, let's just go ahead. We're going to apply for all of the ones that are potentially available to us. Scholarships. Apply. So we did San Myshuno. I'm just going to kind of do them backwards. So I think that Scouts is the next one. No, education for all. I'm just going to have her do all of these. And then I might actually, like, go get a bike. What do y'all think of that? Oh, we're meeting one of our fellow coworkers. Hello, friendo. Yes, we will salute you. Let's go ahead. University, scholarships, apply for scholarships. Okay. I'm going to have her finish up with this, and then I'm going to look into how do we get a bike. Well, I thought that she was going to go for a bike ride, but her friend Leroy from next door came over, and the conversation has gotten quite flirty. This is a turn of events I was not necessarily expecting. Let's go ahead. He gave her a gift. What did he give to her? It said it was in her inventory. I'm not sure what he gave her. Let's pull that notification back up. Leroy gave Betty a gift with the sweet message attached. I love the joy that you bring to my life every waking moment of every day. I think Leroy is trying to court our dear Betty. They're having such a flirty conversation. I love this. Let's see. What can we do? Well, they're not even that good of friends yet. Let's go ahead. No, I don't want to. There's not very many options here. We'll go ahead. We'll hug. Sure, why not? I wonder where all of our friendly options went. Like the more is missing. You know what I mean? What options do we have under romance? Oh, we could do an embrace. Let's go ahead and spend a little time with the romance there. I wonder if these options are limited because it's getting late. Or maybe because they're out here in public with all the other roommates floating around. Oh, he took to that pretty well. Let's see. Any other options open up? We could try to kiss hands and see if that works. I don't think that Betty's ever even had her first kiss. Like, and this is a coworker of hers, right? Let's see. Well, who is he? Who is Leroy? He is definitely one of her coworkers. He is active, gloomy, and ambitious. And he is in the military as well. And, oh, they're lovebirds. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, where did you go? Where'd you go, friendo? Oh, you're over here on the sofa. Here, come sit here. Let's come sit together so that you guys can have a little chit-chat here on a Friday night. It's okay, Dad. Roommates are here. She's fine. She's not misbehaving. A sexy pose. Yeah, let's not do that. Gossip about coworkers. Sure, y'all work together. Might as well. Let's see. Friendly options do we have? Oh, ask about love life. Let's go ahead and do that. Make sure that he's single there. Let's see. Romance. Oh my goodness, they have so many more options now. Let's go ahead. Let's exchange phone numbers. And what else can we do that's fairly benign before attempting a kiss of any kind? More choices. Snuggle, make a move, pickup line. Let's do a pickup line. It's the 50s. She could be a little bolder. All right, so she's sending her number over to him. Let's see if he receives it. Does he take it? Yep. All right, he's getting it. And he kissed his phone. How adorable are they? Okay, they're pretty cute. Don't give the cold shoulder. No, no, no. Let's see. No, come on. Click on him. Tell unbelievable story. No. Get to know. Yeah, get to know him a bit better. That's fine. We could also make a move. Let's see what that one is. Quit talking to Sandra. Whoa, look at them. Oh, that is hysterical. He's so cute. Oh, I wasn't expecting her to have a romantic connection this evening. Let's do a bold pickup line because she's feeling confident in her little pigtails. So cute. Whisper sweet nothings. Oh my goodness. They have such chemistry. Look how fast their romance is growing. Like, their friendship's not even that high, but this is working apparently. Compliment appearance. Yeah, we can do that one. I want to see if the first kiss action will come up. Otherwise, she needs to go to bed because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, why is she crying? Oh, it was a fake out. Okay, let's see. Give massage. We're not going to do that. Ask to be boyfriend before they've kissed? Maybe. Here we go, guys. It's first kiss. Oh my gosh. It's our first kiss. Okay. Hold on. I want to get a picture of it. Of course I do. Headline effects off. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Oh, this room is kind of an awkward room because of the way that the walls work. Let's see. Are they going to do it? Oh, she's startled by something. I think she's tired because it is kind of late. Let's see. Oh, hold on. They're leaving the room. Okay, get back out of here. I got to make sure I see them where they're going. Okay. Where are you going to have this interaction? Right here? Ooh, it's working. They're doing it. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to get this angle right here. Oh, I probably just made all of you sick. All right, let's see. And we're gonna... Oh, she's so precious. Sandra, you ruined it. How cute are they? Oh my goodness. Okay. Is she gonna ask him to be her boyfriend? Maybe. Let's see. Romance. Is it still? It is still. She's gonna ask him to be her boyfriend. Oh my goodness. This is like a little workplace romance that happened that we weren't even expecting. And he said yes. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Let's get our headline effects back on because I have to know if she's like doing okay. There we go. Oh, she's not doing okay. See, that's why we need to have that information. All right. So you need to tell him goodbye. Tell him good night. Is there a friendly way to say goodbye? Don't ask him if he's a mermaid. That's just not necessary. Property values? No. Oh, he doesn't like her. Is there? Here, goodbye. There we go. Tell him goodbye, and then you can come in here and deal with some of these things. You can pee like a champion, and then you just need to crash and go to bed. Okay, she has had an extremely eventful evening. No, we are not trying for babies and woohooing. You just go right on to sleep. He's going to go home right now. So I am going to go ahead. I'm probably going to speed through for the most part the rest of the weekend, and we'll see how her college applications went. Okay, so it is Sunday morning, and I'm hoping that we have some news as far as her university stuff goes. So let's see. Let's check and see if we have, in fact, gotten into university, and which one. If we have, fingers crossed. We might not know anything yet. It might be tomorrow before we can check, but we're going to give it a shot. It's Sunday morning. Perhaps something came by a telegram, you know? Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's also winter now. It just turned winter a couple hours ago. Who is she thinking about? I don't know who that is. Thinking about family member. Yes! So she did get into university. Excellent. Let's see. She's gotten into any of these programs. She could have a distinguished degree at either school in any of these subjects. That's just crazy. Oh gosh, I don't know what I want her to study. Does it say anything about them here? No. Okay. I think when we get, when like we choose which school we're going to, we have to declare a major, I think. Oh gosh, I don't know what we're going to do. Okay. We'll save that for later. Let's see if we got any scholarships. I'm surprised. I didn't think that she was going to get like all the distinguished stuff. That's amazing. Let's see. Check scholarships. Check scholarship applications. Okay. Let's see if she got any. Be awesome if she did. She's laughing at something, cracking herself up. Maybe she's just excited. She has a buff. Let's see. From reading acceptance letter. Yeah, she's got a buff from reading her acceptance letter. That's really cool. Anything? Scholarships? Let's see. Oh, yes. So she got the San Myshuno resident. She did get the workplace. She got the Super Scout. Okay, she did not get Education for All or the Great Outdoors. That's okay. She still got a whole bunch of scholarships. That's really awesome. Okay, so it does look like our Betty is going to be able to go to school starting tomorrow. We'll have her enroll. So let me know in the comments down below what you think her major should be. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to post this tonight. It's like really late. I am recording this. I'm going to have to edit it really fast. I'm putting it up in the middle of the night. I had hoped to get this out sooner. The rules update took forever. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and post this, and then I will give it a little bit of time before I record the next part, but I do want to have another part up tomorrow for you guys, so please leave your comments and let me know what you think she should do. And also, I think that at least for this first term, I'm going to have her live here in her apartment, because I think, you know, she's already been off and served in the military and everything. Like, dorm life just doesn't seem like it's quite the right thing for her. But if you guys disagree and you think she should live in the dorm, let me know. I probably won't do that, like I said, for the first term. Oh, Leroy's calling her. Let's see. But maybe for her second year, do you want to go on a date? All right. Yes, it is, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, but we'll go on a date. Sure, why not? And actually, I'm going to leave it here, so I'll have their little date off camera. Actually, no, I'll pause it, and I'll have the date in the next part, so you guys can see that as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this part. I hope you're excited for university. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you think she should major in. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do that, because I am doing a giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So you want to get us to 1,000 as quickly as possible. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye.